Guys, good afternoon. Lixiang Company has released a new crossover L9, which is even bigger than Li 1 and cooler in everything. Sit back, get a cup of tea, let's go. So, in front of you a huge electric crossover with a gasoline generator on board and a battery for 52 kilowatt hours, the power of 450 horsepower, all-wheel drive, acceleration of 5.3 to 100, curb weight of 2,500 kilograms. It hung 11 cameras and 14 LiDAR, autopilot and auto parking of the 4th level. The car is sold in a single maximum configuration and ask for it 450,000 yen. Gentlemen, the air suspension is complex, double wishbone in the front, multi-lever in the rear, double air suspension and height-adjustable ground clearance. The minimum you can go down 13 centimeters, the maximum you can go up 21. Auto doors. And the back. Yeah, and the back. Recessed handles. Don't laugh, gentlemen, very heavy door. Again, a very heavy door. Let's go straight through. Double glazing, yes. It's all fake leather. Fake leather. Some kind of, like they call, very expensive fake leather. And it does feel very nice to the touch. I would probably even say it's Napa leather, because it's very smooth and pleasant to the touch. Naturally, nothing squeaks anywhere. Absolutely no squeaks. The music is all its own, 21 speakers. It's a soft fake leather. The entire dashboard is soft fake leather and very nice to the touch. There's stitching. The air is mechanical, yes. There's electric steering wheel height and reach adjustment. Right. There's a niche, I see. Charging ports. All seats have back and butt massage, ventilation, and heating, except for the 3rd row, only heated. All seats are covered with Napa leather. 2 charging ports, 2 cup holders, 2 more cup holders, and a huge armrest. The inside is covered with fabric. There are 2 charging ports. The glove box is large. It's covered in fabric. Head-up display. The driver's box is covered in fabric. The back door is bigger than the front. And yes, it's even heavier. Same double glazing. Same material. It doesn't creak. The 2nd row has, as I said before, massage, ventilation and heating, electric seat adjustment. Gentlemen, this is the most comfortable driver's seat among all the Chinese cars I have tested so far. For the right knee, it's heaven. There's enough distance to the steering wheel. I can even get closer. This seat, it is both wide and long, comfortable and soft, and yet I can feel the side support. Screens 15 and 7, and the second 15 and 7. Gentlemen, 3K screen. As the company assures us, it's the best car screen in the world today, and I wholeheartedly agree. I had previously thought Huawei screens were the best, but the color reproduction here is just so perfect, and the system itself is awesome. 3K screen and 120 Hz. That's cooler than the latest home tablets. And see how fast the map works. Yeah, surprised. Surprised. This is definitely the best screen. Definitely the best screen on the market today. And the really good news, there's English. There is English language. Seat control, climate control, air control is mechanical. But unfortunately, the temperature control will be on a sensor. Here you can activate heating, ventilation, and massage of the 1st and 2nd rows. The 3rd row, unfortunately, I repeat, only has heating. And even if there was no English here, everything is 101% clear. This is why I love Lixiang Company, because their menus are very clear. As I said before, these widgets can be added or deleted. There's a lot of them. You can rearrange them as you want. Gentlemen, 360. It doesn't slow down a bit. Not slow down at all. And there's a very handy feature like the Li One. When parking, to avoid tearing the tires, there is a camera that shows specifically the view of the wheel. The memory is 256 gigs. You can listen to music, watch movies on the passenger screen. In the car, 5G unlimited internet. By the way, any movie, if desired, can be thrown to the left screen. Clamp. Flip. If I swipe down, it goes to the center screen. By the way, sound. You wanted to check out the sound, right? Guys, to be honest, at first I thought it was gonna be a little empty in here. There's no screen on the driver's side, but this little screen makes all the difference. Plus, there's a head-up display. On the steering wheel, we've been given a small, modest display. This is where the speedometer will be instead of the P. And there's a button. You can switch to battery. We're driving on battery now. Switch. We're on gas now. Everything I need is right at my right hand. And my knee allows me to move closer. And I don't have to reach for the screen. I straighten my arm. I even have a couple of centimeters to spare. So it is very convenient to change everything here. And I sit very comfortably. The steering wheel is not too big, not too small. It's just right for this car. Wireless charging for 2 phones. 4 cup holders, 2 for the front row and 2 for the back. 187 centimeters tall. Sat behind myself in a way that made me comfortable. Guys, it's an apartment on wheels. Just an apartment on wheels. In front of my knee like this. I don't need any more. I feel very comfortable sitting like this. I feel spacious. And in this position, I'm going to the 3rd row. Attention. In front of my knees. Above my head, though, a finger above my head. That's me leaning back as far as possible. I can, of course, lift up. That's 2 fingers above my head, so the more I lean back here, there's a bevel, right? But I want it like this. This is the 3rd row. This is the royal 3rd row, gentlemen. This is regal. It's an apartment on wheels, literally. I've got a cup holder here. Good material. Same material, upholstery on the door cards. Good material. I've got electric backrest controls. I've got heating. Got a charging port. Got air. More air. And a light bulb. Unfortunately, it's a touch light. The right-hand 2nd row seat is a bit more interesting. You can roll out a footrest for yourself here. So, you can roll out footrest, and there's a table. Good construction, sturdy. This is where the refrigerator is, opens with a touch button. You can either cool something inside or heat it up. There's a cooling button right there, the heating button. This is the climate control for the 2nd and 3rd row of seats. And it's on buttons. Good button presses. There are 2 charging ports. At the foot of the 3rd row of seats, there's socket 220.
理想同学，
我在，
关闭2排屏幕。
即将为你收起后舱娱乐屏。
Of course, there's a voice assistant here that can turn absolutely everything on and off.
理想同学，
来了，
打开2排屏幕。
即将为你点亮后舱娱乐屏。
Yeah, 3K is cool. 3K is cool. And there's a lot of hertz. 120 or 90. I think it's probably 90, not 120. Okay, so you can use gestures on this thing. Basically, it's like a mouse to grab onto something. I'm clasping my hand and now I can control. Next. To turn it on, you have to do this twice. Now the volume. Here's the volume. You can turn it up. You can turn it down. In order to turn it off, you can simply swipe. By the way, you can, by pointing your finger somewhere, ask the voice assistant to open this.
理想同学，
嗨，
关掉它。
二排右
The window is closing.
理想同学，
在呢，
关闭它。
正在关闭后遮阳帘，注意哦。
The back door can be opened 3 ways. There is a button, you can open it on your smartphone, and you can open it with your foot. By the way, if the bags are very heavy, the car can be lowered. And lift it back up with the same button. It's been a long time since we've had a crash test, hasn't it? Let's go. It's okay, it's okay. Good stuff. There's an organizer here. Even with the third row folded down, you can fit several suitcases. By the way, the third row can be folded with a button. If desired, the seat can be tilted even more. Look at the regal slope of the backrest. 265/45, R21, Michelin, ventilated disc brakes all round. 65 liters tank on the left. On the right is battery charging. It can be charged from 20 to 80% in 30 minutes. The battery is 52 kilowatt hours. All right, guys, let's go for a test drive. This beast goes to 100 kilometers per hour in 5 seconds. If I feel like I'm in an apartment that flies, I'm buying it. Here we go. I'll say right off the bat, I'm sure Lixiang is definitely being paid some extra money by the state, so it destroys sales to the German auto industry and the money stays inside China. No German hybrid still has that kind of power with such a big battery and won't for a couple more years. Then remember my words, because all the best European engineers are now working for the Chinese. For those who don't know, the L9 is a sequential hybrid. The car always runs on pure electric power. And the internal combustion engine 1.5 with a turbine simply acts as a generator and charges the battery right on the fly. It has no connection to the wheels. This gives you high torque right from the start. You have pure electric acceleration with no jerks or delays. The transmission is like a street car. 1 gear forward, 1 reverse. By the way, just wanted to say, many people write about the Li 1 generator not charging the battery. I don't know where these rumors came from, but they write often. A lot of people. By the way, I drive on gas all the time now and the battery doesn't discharge at all. Here's another proof. Now let's get to the important stuff. The company is aware of the excessive fuel consumption of the younger Li 1 model. It's about 10 liters in the city. Therefore, they have done a good job on the L9, despite the fact that it is bigger, heavier, and more powerful than the Li 1. Its fuel consumption is 6 liters in the city cycle, and managers confirm this on test drive cars. But on the battery, the company promises as much as 280 kilometers. The braking distance is 36 meters. For such a behemoth, that's a great score. Power is 450 horsepower. Acceleration to 100 takes 5.3 seconds. I'll tell you that. You don't need much more than that. Otherwise, you'd have to overstretch the suspension. And it's so comfortable you feel like you're flying through the air. Air suspension, height-adjustable ground clearance, 3,100 wheelbase. It's just right. And that 5 seconds is enough in all traffic situations. Anyway, I've decided, after the test drive, I'm buying it straight away. This is what I've been looking for a long time. A huge sofa, a powerful, quiet, soft car with the world's most advanced technology. And, as far as I'm concerned, for the most honest money. Although, to be honest, here, by the way, is a good point when you can realize how really cool a car is. I'm going to ask myself a question now. What's the limit? If it went up in price, how much more would I buy it for? 80,000 I'd give for it too. 90. At 90,000, I'd start thinking about it. I wouldn't give 100,000 for this car. Because there's no name, no brand power. That's why I wouldn't give 100,000. Okay, exterior colors on top, interior colors on the bottom. The last three colors cost an extra 10,000 yuan. And I don't like them. I'm thinking of getting either black and coffee on the inside, or gray and coffee. But my wife's whining already. She says she's gonna cry in a car like this. And she's gonna have to ride with me. So, definitely not orange. Definitely not orange. 10 years ago, I would have said yes. Plus, it's gonna get annoying after 2 months. It's spectacular, though. I agree. So it'll be white on the inside and wet asphalt on the outside. That's it. That's the way it will be. To summarize, I would like to say that what Lixiang Company is doing is actually a reflection of the whole Chinese economy and culture. If you open the history books, it is written in black and white that the Chinese have been the first economy of the world many times, and their products have also been the most advanced on the planet. It is through hard work that they are always revived again and again. All right, gentlemen, if you liked the video, give it a bold like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so that you don't miss new videos. The Chinese are not even going to stop. The most interesting is yet to come. And I'll say goodbye. See you all again.